Hey y'all, I'm Rio, and this is Coloring Passports, your ticket around the world one species at a time. Today, we get to color the yellowjack, one of my favorite reef dwellers. Your adventure starts right now. Let's get started. Alright y'all, let's do this. So we're gonna do the yellowjack. And this fish is complicated. This fish is complicated for two reasons. It's white and it's yellow. And something that reads like white is never white. Like there will be no white on this fish at all. So then you have to really analyze the colors of the fish to get it to do what you want it to do because the paper is white. So I am going to start this one, unlike the ones that you've seen prior. I'm going to actually start blocking in some water area first because I need to sort of see some kind of a background happening here. So I've got Faber-Castells 156 and 154, and I've got Prismacolor, light aqua, and light green here that we're going to start kind of laying in some color with. like where this is going so far. I like the watercolor behind it. And so now let's talk about this fish. So this fish reads like white, but this fish is the farthest thing from white. We've talked about it before, but we're gonna bring it up again. So we gotta be really, really, really careful not to oversaturate this fish right out of the gate. So I am going to pull all of my lightest possible colors, powder blue, cloud blue, I think this one's cloud blue, sky blue, light. Where's my cloud blue? It's right here. Yeah. Cloud blue. We're gonna come over here and grab 10% cool gray. That's about as, oh, that's beautiful. That color is like barely there. It's barely there, y'all. Okay, let's grab. This is 10% warm gray. Okay. I'm gonna grab, this is 20% cool gray, so just a touch darker. Yeah. So here we go. Now, these spots here, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna start with the powder blue. And I am just going to very, very lightly, and I mean very lightly, because that's almost too dark right there. Kind of go in here and fill this in. Now, I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to see this on the camera. I didn't think about the complications of filming this when I put it in the book. I put this fish in the book because this is the fish I caught. I didn't even know they existed, and I know quite a bit about the ocean, kind of. I didn't know they existed, and I had no idea how interference and beautiful these fish are. They're just spectacular. It's one of the most exciting things for me about fishing in the ocean is that you truly don't know what you're gonna catch. You just, you know, we were trying to catch a bonefish, and this is what I caught. And it was amazing. Okay, so we have barely got those kind of filled in there, so I'm gonna set that color aside. Now I'm gonna go in and so we have a ridge here, so then there's a ridge in through here. So this portion down below here is gonna be the gray. So let's get started. So the cool gray, we're gonna go first with the cool gray. This guy kind of comes into this area here. So we're gonna just barely, y'all, I'm gonna sharpen this because I want a bigger point on it. Because I want to lay this sideways and barely touch this paper. This again is 10% cool gray. We're going to come over here and we're going to just barely fill in some of this as well on his face. Because we just need to start putting in some color. Now you'll see that this will eventually start building up with all kinds of colors. Fun fact, I watched someone do a white dog in colored pencils to lock in exactly how I was going to show you how to do this. Because if I was painting this, I would paint the whole thing a dark color first so that all the light colors popped through. But you cannot do that when we're working with these colored pencils. It's not an option. You have to start super light and work your way dark. So that's what we're doing. We're starting super light and working our way dark. So I'm going to sharpen this one to get a little better point. This is the cool gray 20%, so this area of the face here is a little more indented. So we're going to give that a little bit of love here with this. So there's probably going to be a shadow back here behind this line on his face. There's going to be a little bit of love underneath his eye. Have some love from this gray up here. A little bit more right there, a little bit right there. And then like right in here, I'm gonna give it a little bit of extra color in through there as well. And again, I have no idea if you can see this, but I'm starting to see the fish take shape at this point. That's what I'm seeing. I'm starting to see the fish's body is starting to take some shape at this particular moment. Okay, I'm gonna set that there. I wanna get into, well, I want to go over his dorsal fin with a little bit of this warm gray, cool gray 20 as well. Because I don't want the yellow to be so incredibly intense. And now we're going to start getting into it. I'm going to sharpen this. Yeah, this General's All Art pencil sharpener is the bomb. I'll leave a link in the description below for it because it's really a good pencil. Okay, aren't these colors beautiful? Look how calm and soothing those colors are. I just love this. This fish is gorgeous, just gorgeous, I tell you. All right, so I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna start laying in some of this yellow. And this is cream. Okay, got that.
You want some pointers?
Yeah, I'm gonna need some pointers.
Start with green.
Start with green?
Yes, every fish in the ocean is green.
Okay, so, now let's get into the, I'm gonna go 30 cool gray, and I'm gonna kind of start mapping in some cool gray colors up on the top of his head.
Yeah,
while we
cool
let this
colors
dry, because that was a mistake on my end. Now, when you guys get your copies of your book won't have that because I will go in immediately and fix this. So, don't stress out. But you see that the process of actually building this is edit, re-edit, edit some more, then actually use the book. And like today, my husband said to me, hey, there's a word misspelled. I'm like, how could that possibly be? We have all looked at this book so many times. So who knows? It might go to full-blown press with a misspelled word in there and everybody can just chalk that up to humor because I don't even know what to say about it. Okay, is this dry yet? Oh yeah, that's gonna be really nice. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna build this color up on his face just a little bit more. Do this line right here. I put this line in here so that you could kind of run this ridge with your lighter shades. Now the interesting thing about creating art, y'all, is that I don't necessarily do it the exact same way each time. I just sort of look at the photograph that I'm working from, or work from a memory, and just feel my way through. I have to imagine what the fish looked like when I was there. And I can tell you, these fish are spectacular. And I've never even heard anybody talk about them, but wow, they're beautiful. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this light, this cream colored yellow right in here. And I'm gonna add a little bit of the cream colored yellow here. He kind of looks angry, but you know, I don't know. Maybe he was angry. I mean, you know, I did accidentally catch him, so. And then we've got yellow in through here, behind his eye. We've got a lot of yellow on the eye, and we'll have to really develop that as we go. So I'm gonna just kind of pull some of this yellow in through here. And I hope that this is translating well on the page. So I'm gonna start coloring in between the circles and just start laying in this light, super beautiful creamy yellow color. I'm gonna go even lighter as I get over his pectoral fin, because this color shift in here actually goes to more of a, it's kind of a purple gray and a blue gray, more so than the yellows. And if you can see the color, you should do everything you can if you're trying to paint realistically or color realistically. If you can see the color in the fish, you should do everything you can to try to mimic those colors, because that's what's going to give you that finished look of realism. Now I am going to leave this whole area here kind of open, because that area is going to get a slick amount of blue and purple interference, because I'm telling y'all, if you have not seen these fish, it is worth it to hire someone to take you out or to go out on your own. Well, I would definitely say if you've never seen the fish and you've never caught one, hire someone out to take you out to catch these yellow jacks, because they are spectacular. Or go put your face in the water with some snorkeling gear or some dive equipment and check them out that way, because they're really beautiful. So let's get the anal fin colored in. Now I'm going to go a little heavier with the yellow on this one, because this one's going to be darker because it's under his body. So I'm going to need some of that color, so that'll kind of save me having to build it up. When I colored in the background, I took some of that aqua color and I brought it into the tail, and that connects your subject matter to your background so that your subject matter is not just floating in midair. So that helps significantly. I'm going to add a little bit of it down here. He's got a little yellow on his cheeky. So in hindsight, I wish I wouldn't have painted or drawn that so heavy, and I kind of knew that was going to be an issue. So I'm going to take a little bit of this gouache from Arteza here. This is the titanium white, and I'm going to just kind of go over that black line there. I still want to see it because it'll help anchor the fish when it's done. But I just want to smudge that out a little bit, because what that does is put the focus back on the eye, which is where I want the focus to be. Okay, so we have done a number on that colored pencil. These Prismacolors are like butter. And this cream colored pencil looks like butter. Yes, it's good. I'm gonna set that back there so I know that I've used it. Okay, so now what's next? Let's start finding some areas to really dig into here. I'm feeling like this might be a color of the fish. This is mineral orange. I'm gonna test my color right here. And yep, that is definitely on this fish. So the back side of the eye, we're gonna have a little bit of this mineral orange up here. We're definitely gonna have some of that mineral orange in here, right here. I'm just gonna kind of outline some of these black lines here and kind of mimic the curvature that I have drawn for you. I am barely touching this. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of cover some of this. Because all of this is going to be heavily shadowed. See, look at that. It's already starting to kind of come together. It makes me so excited. I'm going to come in here at the base of his pectoral fin. And I'm going to start just barely putting in some of this mineral orange. And then it's gonna have a little bit of love up here on there, on his pectoral fin. There's gonna be some underneath. This goes like this. So let's see here. Eggshell, coming in with some eggshell. Ooh, that's so pretty. That's super pretty. Do some eggshell underneath here. Just gonna kind of come in and move some more of that color around. Go over. I'm going to come in and add some more color to this, but I just sort of want to get it started. A little bit of eggshell in here. Let's see, I pulled some of that color smudge. Pretty. Literally, it's so beautiful. Okay, so now, y'all, I don't use browns very often. I usually have to make my own. So this is burnt ochre. Okay, so let's see if burnt ochre is where it's at for this. I'm also feeling like there needs to be a little, probably tiny bit of blue up in here. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. Hell yeah. Oh sorry. Heck yeah, that's it. Oh my stars. Oh my stars. Okay, yes. So cloud blue to the rescue. I just love this cloud blue. I just think it's beautiful. Such a great transitionary color. So I'm going to put a little bit of that cloud blue over here, get a little more of that reflection going on. Y'all, I'm a very impatient coloring practitioner here. I'm used to using my, put a little bit more of that in there. I'm used to using my paints to cover everything very quickly, and that is not an option when you're using the colored pencils. So we're all just learning this together. There's going to be a shadow on this fish, so I'm just very carefully developing that shadow, because that is going to make that pectoral fin look like it's coming off the page, and that's what we want. We want the pectoral fin to look like it's coming up off the page, and not that it's like sticking up against his body, because it's not up against his body. It's coming off the page, the page. All right, lime green. I kind of bounce around a lot when I'm painting. When I notice a color, I just get at it and put it in. So some of these, I feel like some of these spots are reflecting some of that green, and it's probably because of the location we were at. That water in Biscayne Bay is just spectacular. Now, you want to be really careful when you are filling in these colors that you not make the mistake of using the exact same color as what you've painted in the background, because if you do that, it's going to look like there's a hole in your fish and the background color is shining through the hole. So I have picked up jade green, and I'm going to just lightly cover up some of that area that I put the turquoise in there. And I'm gonna grab muted turquoise. Hello. Oh yes, that's beautiful. Oh yeah, that's gonna do. I'm gonna make a tiny amount of muted turquoise right there. And a tiny amount of muted turquoise there and there. And there. I'm starting to get excited. Okay. Sometimes it helps if you walk away and come back. That's what we did. If you notice that I've got different colors in my hands, it's because we decided to take a lunch break in the middle of this tutorial and come on back. Well, that helps sometimes, because then sometimes you can see some things that you didn't maybe notice before. So I now have the grayed lavender. Are you feeling the theme of the gray colors here? Because you should be. Those gray colors are going to be significant shadow colors. I'm just barely coloring this in here. Man, this fish has so many colors, and they're all super high value, which means they're pastel colors. Sometimes that's hard to achieve. This is the 30% cool gray. I'm gonna go back up here on the top. Start putting some more of this in here. Just a touch more of this cool gray. I really want to build all of this base color up so that I can add all of my interference shimmery shimmy colors that I'm super excited to be putting into this fish. Okay, I'm going to take the same cool gray And I'm gonna start darkening up this ridge line here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna have to come back over this with some yellow because it's a little in your face. And come up just a touch. Really want that to be a little more blue right in there. So I grabbed cloud blue. Not too much blue. It really needs to be, I'm gonna come in and darken up this shadow just a touch. This is not the correct shadow color either, so this is all gonna have to get built on and built upon and built upon and built upon to get these colors to do what we want them to do. Now up in here, I'm gonna go more blue. Ooh, that's so pretty. It's so pretty. I want some more blue right here. It's so pretty. I want some more blue in here. That little scratch right there is where it's tucking into that. Woo! Look at that. Sorry, y'all, I get excited. Okay. Okay, we're gonna set that aside. I'm gonna see what this color is here. This is 30% warm gray. Gonna give it a little love test. Oh yeah, that's gonna work nicely with the purples we got going on over here. Let's get into some of this. Actually, let's get into ginger root. I'm gonna go right over that purple. With the ginger root. And then some more of that warm gray, 30% warm gray. Yep, 30% warm gray. Okay. Being a little more intentional with this right here. I don't want to get too crazy with it because I don't want to ruin the transition. Wow. 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 30% cool gray. I don't want the cool gray, I want the warm gray. Give me a warm gray. That's a 20% warm gray. What is this one? It's a 50% warm gray. See, they're not in order in the box. It's a little confusing. Okay, I'm doing 20% warm gray right here. Here and now. We'll go just a little bit darker there. .50% warm gray. Ooh, that color will eat your lunch. You gotta be very, very, very gentle coloring this one.
Oh my gosh, are you coloring?
I am!
I love to color!
So we want the cooler grays up here and the warmer grays down on the bottom. Okay, so this is the warm grays, and you know I don't like telling you that it's warm or cool because in all reality this could read cool up against a different color. So what this means is that this is more of a purple, orangey gray.
So it's neither warm nor cool.
You see color relative to the color it's next to.
Yeah, because right now, with the angle that you're holding at, it looks brown to me.
Right.
But now it looks, you know, like a purplish gray with a touch of orange in there. And looking at your face, you look dumb.
Oh, that's so sweet of you to say.
Still got it.
Okay, so. Still uncertain as to what I'm actually doing, but we're getting her done. Let's see, what is this color here? This is French gray, 20% French gray. Well, I think that, oh yep, that's the color. So this French gray is down here in the bottom lower quadrant of this fish. Yep, look at it. It's so good. But I'm seeing all these colors, and so because I can still see colors, I'm gonna just keep coloring the colors that I'm seeing and hope that we're on the right track. Now I'm feeling like I'm starting to see a little bit of green down down here, and this is jade green. Oh yeah, I like that color. Yep, I definitely see that in there. So, and then there's like yellows and beautiful other pigments in there. This buttery yellow right here is called Deco Yellow. We're gonna give it a go. This is yellow ochre. Oh yeah, that's a great color. That's fantastic. Yep. Right along the ridge of that belly, because you know there's still going to be some yellow reflecting off of the... Oh yeah, that's fantastic. What? Look how good that is. Okay, I'm gonna put some of this on this side of this pectoral fin. Oh yeah. Look at you go, girl. Oh yeah. And put some of you right here on this. Right there. A little bit of you up in here. Oh wow, that's my anchorage color. Oh my goodness, look how beautifully that's gonna blend itself out. Who knew? Y'all, when I first got started yellow, it was impossible to work with yellow for me. I had to learn how to manipulate the colors. All the other colors around the rainbow. Yellow was the last one that I learned how to work with, because yellow is the most intense naturally occurring color on the color wheel. So when I show you a color wheel, the yellow is always at the top because you will see it first out of every other color on the color wheel. And so, and if you aren't careful when you lower the intensity of it, you muddy it, which is irritating to say the least. Irritating. So we are just gonna have to keep going back and going back and going back and adding more and more and more color and building up this yellow. And then there's also some yellows underneath here. And we're gonna have to like probably build up sorry, I got carried away there. I have to build up some of the blues and the whatnots. Yep, look at that. Look how, oh, that's so good. That's some good color transitioning right there. I always worry that I'm going to forget what I'm doing. Forget the colors I've been using. That's why I hold them all in my hand, I think. And it's so silly because obviously I'm not going to forget. Obviously. I have colored outside the lines there. It's okay. It is truly, truly, truly okay. So I'm gonna get some lines kind of coming up into that. I'm gonna draw that. I'm gonna push a little harder right there. And that area right there is actually a little more pink. So I'm gonna grab light peach. Gonna grab some Caribbean sea blue because I'm feeling like this up here needs to be a little bit more. Woo! There it is. There it is. mahogany red. You gotta be really, really careful with these colors. Because these colors have a lot of orange in them, which means they have a lot of yellow in them, which means that they are going to really come forward. So we're going to counteract some of these with some greens. Y'all just need this fish done. Okay, watch me now. He's starting to look right at you. This fish is so hard to paint. I don't know, I shouldn't be telling you that. I should be encouraging you. I should be going, yes, you've got this. And you do, you've got this, but you've really got to be patient with this one. Unless you just decide to be buck wild and just paint it however you feel like painting it. And I totally, 100% encourage that behavior. If you feel like you're brave enough to just go for it, then you just go for it. Okay, again, back to the salmon pink. %, cool gray. What is this? Chocolate. Yes, please. Doing a little light wash with some gouache over the top of this. Just to kind of start pulling all these colors together here. And I have some other colors too that I can use to start to make this come alive here. Woo! Look how beautiful that is. Which one is this? This is light apricot. Ooh, that one's kind of crunchy in there. I can hear it. Yep. Let's get a little light apricot out here. Now the problem with the light apricot is that it's going to be an opaque color, so we've got to be really, really careful playing with it because we don't want to cover up anything. And I'm going to mix a little tiny bit of that yellow in there as well. I'm going to come in here and just give it a whirl and see what it looks like. Wow, that's spectacular. Let me get some more of that apricot in there because that apricot will be a great base for the interference orange and red that's going to go in over the top of that. Look what happens when we just do a light wash over that. Wow. This is yellow ochre. So this is a darker, lower intensity yellow. Goodness.
Why?
Do you see what's happening? Do you see what's happening here?
Gouache again?
Yeah, look at it. Look how brilliant this Arteza gouache is on this paper.
Wow.
Wow, that's right. Wow. Just gives it a nice element of extra spectacularness there. Now, one of the tricks with the yellow is to break out a little bit of purple and see if we can't set it down with a little bit of purple. And you have to be careful because the purple is equally in your face. But if you take equal amounts of a teeny bit of purple and a teeny bit of that yellow ochre, and I mean the most minute amount of those together. And y'all, these tutorials are designed to just get you started. They're not designed to be 16-hour videos. So Chase is going to be hollering at me here shortly about how long this one's dragging out. But I just can't help myself. Get a little bit of this blue action here into the fish. That's a nice blue-gray. Get a little bit of that on the tail. Tell you that there's probably some blue-gray up in here. A little bit of blue-gray in here. I'm going to color these a little bit dark now because I have something special planned for these. But I needed for them to not be dark so that I could see all my yellows. Whew. This fish is something else. Yellow ochre and the other yellow from the gouache set of Arteza. Okay, let's start having some fun with this fish, shall we? I think we should. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is come over here and grab. This is like an antique gold. Woo! Hello, beautiful. the orange interference. Oh yes, yes, that is definitely the orange interference. Let's grab some of this straight up yellow gold here. Yo, when I tell you that this fish is spectacular, I am not exaggerating by any stretch of the imagination. This fish is absolutely spectacular in its color presence. I could have just sat and stared at it for hours. See, when you're doing this, you kind of want to just dry brush the illusion of it all being glittery. You don't want to get too crazy with the glitter, because if you do, then you'll lose all the work you've already put into it. You don't want to do that. Now, these fish are incredibly interference and iridescent. I mean, just the whole fish is like that whole oil on water effect. They're breathtaking. You want to be really, really careful not to get too much fluid on your brush either. You really want to try to dry brush this as much as possible, because if you get too much fluid, then you're going to get some crazy lines that you may or may not be happy about. That's exactly what that fish looks like. Man, every time I do this and it's exactly how it's supposed to be, I get so excited. And it's not a, oh, pat myself on the back. It's I can't believe that can actually be done with color. It just thrills me. I'm gonna go up here and patch in some of that purple, because that is what they look like. Then we're gonna grab some of this interference blue here. And I'm gonna hit, oh, there it is. There's that blue. That's exactly what that looks like. Wow. Do the more interference blue here, and here, and here. A little bit of the interference blue here, because that's where it would be. It would be sort of right into those crevices there. Definitely. Okay, so the one thing about the gouache is this. It's not very bold. And then you have to go over it again with the interference, which I'm totally cool with. I'm totally good with that. So let's get in there and let's make this super bright.
So,
Well, you know, it's really always a learning curve with this stuff for me. Always a learning curve. Let's see if this is a grody color or if this works. I'm about done. Sometimes you just put the color down and then just smudge it with your finger. Then you get the effect you're going for without having to get too dramatically into it. Look at that. That's not what I wanted. I need this to come off of here. I need this to really come off of the page. It's very challenging to do that when you're working with metallics. It's hard to get metallics to 100% make the curve because they're all so intense. Feeling it now. Oh, I forgot about the fluorescent yellow. Okay, let's play with some of this. Oh, yes. Hello. Hello, gorgeous. So, is this perfect? Nope. Nope. Not even close. Is it pretty dang good though? Yep. You gotta get to a point where it's about learning something new. And if you've learned something new, then you're happy with what you've done. Because if you don't, then you'll spend your time being upset about your level of ability. And I get better each time I paint something. You will too. And you gotta be okay with that as part of the process. Oh yeah, look at that coming right off the page. Come in here and do a little doohickey touches here. Some little doodaddies. Now we'll of course go back over this with the metallic-y colors. Okay, so what we've missed is this. That line right there is actually a highlight line. This is an extreme highlight line. So let's get in there with that. Let's give way to the blue interference here. And some of that gold interference. Have we gone overboard? Yeah, probably. Do I like it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy. Okay.
So how's it going?
Okay, I think I need to tuck away. All right, so that's a wrap on the yellow jack. I took entirely too long again. However, this fish is just...
I have a feeling that that's going to be one of your favorites.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Well, I keep wanting to come back and touch it some more and work it some more and add some more color to it. And I used more colored pencils on this white and yellow fish than any fish already in the book. So if that tells you anything, this level here is pretty hard. Not gonna lie, but you're up to the challenge. You've been trained, you know what to do, you've got this. If you love this coloring book and you don't have one for yourself already, there's a link in the description. Go grab one for yourself. I'm Rio. This has been Coloring Passports. I'll see you on the next page. Bam! Did I do it right that time,
Yes,
Sace?
you did.
Gosh, you're so demanding. I need a drink of bubbly water.
Bubbly water. You want a LaCroix?
Yes.
We don't have any.
Then you need to go get me some right now. I'm gonna be very demanding talent starting here. Look what I did.